Do 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 do. Bah bah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Where the fuck? You click this video? You're tweaking, bro. This is motherfucking the Void Basement, the worst show on the fucking internet. I'm here with a band who I just recently got to know them through the power of the internet. And why don't you guys introduce yourselves? Who the fuck am I with, huh?
You are with You're the Rat. I am Shane, guitar and vocalist.
Name's Eamon Moorhan. Play bass.
Bass.
You are? I'm Rylan Giegerick, and I play drums and percussion and stuff.
So this is our drummer, this is our guitarist, and this is our bassist, all right? Year of the Rat.
Yeah.
Very in style with the Void, we love our rats here in the Void. And I found out about you guys from the Dingbats flyer with Weezer, or not, Carl Weezer from Jimmy Neutron, looking very fucked up.
Right?
with just a mouthful of bands. And I saw Year of the Rat, and I was like,
Can I have that croissant?
wow. So where'd you guys even, get the name Year of the Rat? Like, is it just like...
it was you,
I stumbled upon it. It was in the middle of 2020, in the middle of all that COVID shit. And I stumbled upon some sort of, some astrological bullshit post. But it was about how in the Chinese zodiac, the Year of the Rat is, I guess, a negative year. I think that was what it was about. And something about that phrase just kind of stuck with me. And that was about the time that we had started to take our, we had been jamming for a couple years prior to that, but we had started to take ourselves more seriously. And I'm like, this is the year that we do it. This is the year that we get serious about things. And I'm like, Year of the Rat.
Respect that, yo. That's kind of cool. I never, I had known that every year is different. Did you guys, is 2020 the actual Year of the Rat, or was it just more of just like, oh, really?
Yeah, I think I heard
That's so
about
sick,
vaguely,
yo.
I was like,
And that's what's wild is we started in 2020.
That's the year that we started.
So
yeah.
that's
I was like,
kinda
this gotta be our
crazy.
year, bro. Year of the
Yeah,
Rat.
that's
Let's go.
really cool. That's kind of cool, honestly.
neat.
That's some weird shit.
Yo, and I mean, yeah, all that shit's kind of cool. With the name, I feel like it doesn't really matter as much as people make it out to be, because like there's really people famous named Lil Nas X. So it's like, bruh, like it could just be anything.
And you have a band like Psychedelic Porn Crumpets, which makes some of the most badass psych music ever. But it's so left field.
It doesn't even matter. It's
totally.
like, now what did you guys instantly click on the name, or y'all it's like that shit hard?
It was
around the bush with it.
What were some of the B-sides? I was
So some of the B-sides,
Oh,
the scientists, because you had came up with that. You came like the professors or something.
I don't think we ever wanted something that started with the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bit
Yeah, it's
There's
pretty
too many
normal.
bands,
It's a bit
there's
too
too
generic,
many bands.
It's
Yeah.
like little in rap music, bro. It's like
It's
I mean,
yeah.
so all right, the professors. I wouldn't see that one.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right,
We were
so-
named Marigold prior from the Nirvana B-side.
Marigold.
Yeah, we were named
okay.
Marigold for a little bit, and that's when we were just making.
And before that, we were
Bummer Turtles.
Union Jacks. Remember that?
Union
That
Jacks.
was
Yeah.
a
Union
short-lived
Jacks.
phase.
Because we actually had a singer.
Holy shit!
So
So
Yeah.
like a fourth
Yeah,
member
the
of
lead
prior.
singer.
Part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem.
we're gonna get into that because yeah, you guys
Yeah,
don't
there's
do
a lot.
vocals. There's a lot of genres we got to cover with these guys because they switch it up. But I guess we should start from the beginning. So y'all have had 3 band names. People in and out of the band. How did you guys come together? Like, did you guys grow up together or?
Start with you two.
So
meeting each other.
it starts with me and Rylan because in middle school, me and him both played drums in jazz band.
Oh, okay,
You know,
cool.
and then I remember talking to him about like the Who and Iron Maiden. He's like, "What? You like the Who and Iron Maiden too?" And I'm like, "What, dude?" You know. So I just started playing guitar around that
That was a
time.
great song.
You know,
I
like
remember.
well, in like
I
7th
had,
grade, started playing, and you told me, "Hey, we should come jam sometime." Whenever I
Yeah,
have my guitar,
I remember that
let's
the
jam.
first day that I was. The first rehearsal, you weren't there. And then you showed up,
yeah.
and then wasn't Mr. Steers was his name?
It was mysterious.
And he was like, "Oh, here's Shane. Here's our longtime drummer. You know." And,
Match made in heaven right there.
Yeah, man.
He just comes.
How
you know,
very rare of a
out
school system to support artists, trying to make art together. That's actually kind of
Exactly,
cool.
you know,
Never had
he just
those,
came out of nowhere.
Buddy Rich drumsticks, and you were like, "Oh my god!" You know, everything is kind of.
Like little like minute things we just clicked on. We just became
Yeah.
best friends. You know.
And when did this guy come into the picture? When did you get the bass,
Well,
bro?
So-
Oh yeah, no. Oh, you go.
I went to a different school than them too. They're from Pompton Lakes. I'm from Riverdale, which are like basically neighbors to each other. But
This is up Jersey near
yeah,
Newark,
yeah.
basically.
So Rylan comes to my school when I'm in 8th grade. He's in 7th grade.
Yeah, I moved.
And I had started playing bass the year prior or so, and I was in the school jazz band, and we come downstairs for like the meeting in the band room or whatever, and my teacher at the time, Mr. Hannes, tells me that the new kid, sorry, Rylan plays drums and that he's a really good drummer. And I'm like, yeah, sure.
Dang, look at these teachers. Hold up, can we just get an appreciation for these teachers, bro? I've never heard of teachers being supportive, bro. Like, this is honestly wild, bro.
I'm like, yeah, all right, let's see what this kid's about, right? He comes in, he's like some 5'4" pencil.
Looks like an infant.
Damn, coming crazy.
And he sits down at the drum kit and lays down like the gnarliest drum solo that 13-year-old me had ever heard. And like me and my friend Ryan Johnson, who was in the band with me, we just kind of looked at each other like,
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Travis Barker, bro. He does not look like he can
crazy,
do what
man.
he can do.
Yeah.
Especially since I heard all of his skin melted off and all
Oh
that
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Like,
that was intense.
That's crazy. Like, how are you still like?
Yeah.
So it was a match made in heaven. So you basically get kind of coerced into it, and then you were like, "These people are fucking fire. Like, let me stick with it." Like,
Totally.
and that's when Union Jacks came out.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, we were kind of like
we
in
were
that.
never a band
It
to begin
was-
with, like gigging, playing shows, stuff like that.
Kinda kept on
We
the
were
racks
just
a bit.
Yeah.
we were all like 13-year-olds just playing in this kid's basement, just jamming, getting our chops together.
Because I remember when I found out that you attended the Shamrock School of Music just like I did. Remember?
Yeah, I had
We went to Barty's.
my first experience playing in bands was I used to take bass lessons at a school in Pequannock.
I've
so-
never
I
even
think
heard
I've
of that.
once.
Of course, and so from there, I had kind of learned how to try and keep time, playing with other musicians. But as soon as I had started trying to play with these two, I mean, they were already like, I'm like down here and they're up here with where they were musically. So
And some jazz heads, bro.
I had
Oh
to-
yeah,
they
being
take
around
it.
Jet,
Jazz
yeah.
band.
I had to get my shit together really quickly.
That's the cool thing about us is that me and Rowan are mainly jazz and prog guys, and then he comes along with this thumping ass fucking anger in his bass.
Definitely
So-
the rings of Saturn.
Yeah,
EP, bro,
totally.
because that shit sends you left and right, left
Thank
and
you,
right.
yeah.
And we'll get into their work because they do have 2 projects, y'all, which will be in the link, by the way. Let me just throw the fucking ad right down there. Go click
Sure.
that shit. Give them some love. Yeah, so you guys all, sort of get together. You feel kind of like underskilled or something? Like,
Oh, definitely. I did not have my shit together whatsoever. And, they're like, oh, we'll just do blues, jam, and E. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
well, that kind of leads me
At
into
the time, that was like
that kind of leads me into my next question, which would be like, what was your first show like, and how did it happen? How did it come about? And then what's your most recent show like? Like,
Okay.
Us,
Oh,
us
wow.
three playing
I
together.
can explain.
yeah, do that
Well,
with Cruz. Explain that
Oh,
one.
right. We
Okay.
have to talk
Oh.
about Plumpton. Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
So
So,
explain
alright.
that one.
So I've been playing drums for 14 years. It just kind of came as a natural thing. I started playing bars when I was 5 and stuff, and my dad and I started doing stuff together. And when was this? When I was 12, we played a festival called Pompton Day. It's kind of like a street fair thing.
It's your town festival.
Yeah, and we would usually do that. It's just the 2 of us, and others found out about it that that there was going to be like another band playing. So this other band by the name of No Info,
Oh
which
wow,
would become
yeah.
synonymous with us in a bit.
We'll get to them later.
Yeah.
Get there.
okay, no info. We want all the info.
Yes. So they played with us, and my dad and I did our thing. We invited like another bass player there. We just did like covers of Rush, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Boystical, you name it. And I proposed the idea. How about we like
Try
this
out
new
your
band
stuff.
element?
Yeah, totally. But at the time, it
And,
was just a cover. It was "Who Were Holding Caulfield" by Green Day.
From Kirk
And
Ah,
we managed
okay,
to learn-
okay.
Yeah.
We managed to get down a single cover
Barely.
because we didn't really ever like.
That was
I
the
mean,
first time I heard it,
the
too.
only songs that we would really cover were like very loose Led Zeppelin jams that we
Or
would play
head
on
drinks
for
or
half an
something.
hour
Yeah.
straight. So
So this was kind of like your guys' blueprint period. You weren't even.
Yeah,
you
totally,
were
yeah.
like
Yeah,
you
that
were
was-
saying from the beginning.
No
You
idea
guys
what
were
we
just
were doing.
jamming.
This is when we also had the other singer, and so in the middle of, or like that 10-minute time frame between him and his dad's like duo group or trio, and the other band No Info that was coming like right next, his dad was like, "Hey, you got fucking 5 minutes. Play." We were holding Caulfield.
Do your shit.
Go.
Yeah, and literally we're starting to play the song, and we get probably about 2 verses in, and our singer at the time forgets the lyrics. So then me and Eamon come and finish the song, and that was kind of like our breaking point where we're
Well,
like, all right, we're better as a trio.
There's always. You
Damn.
got,
at that point, we
That was
didn't even
fun.
pay, right there. We should have just been like, all right, get the fuck out.
But
Yeah.
we kind of let it. We let it
We
go.
kept him around for like. We barely even kept him around. We started just.
You got to
like,
bomb early at least.
Yeah.
all
We
right.
started
Yeah.
practicing in secret without him, and then after
It was-
Yeah,
We
we
saw-
started
Damn.
establishing
Just like, all right,
function.
Y'all did him dirty.
Yeah, we did him dirty. We
Damn.
Because, but like we saw our
That's
true
sometimes what it
potential.
takes, you know?
We saw our true
he just
potential as
didn't
a trio.
fit in the picture.
He wanted to go in a different direction. You know, we were kind of like some loose.
That-
Yeah,
that's
it's-
how that's
it's
how it
energy
was happening.
That's
man.
it,
It's,
you guys
it's
usually
never
how it
real.
is.
It's like
Yeah.
if you don't have the same workflow, it's not really gonna work. And that kind of
Exactly.
that kind of brings me to my next question. What kind of lyric? Like, would you ever do lyrics in your current music? Because right as of right now, your only real lyrics are kind of like the energy of the crowd, which in its own right is nice.
Well,
But would you say you're?
Well, the problem with the
The-
recordings
yeah,
we
the
have
funny
now
enough
is that
with Total War is that the vocal mix is very low. I'm actually singing on that live
Holy
live
shit.
thing.
and I'm singing.
Right?
too.
Yeah, yeah.
there's
We're all
lyrics
singing
on all
that.
those songs. You just cannot hear them.
On
Yeah.
Immigrant Song, you can. On Immigrant Song, you kind of can hear like
Yeah.
a flow. And I thought it was more just like you hyping up the crowd. Like I kind
No,
of took it
that
like
was-
that.
yeah.
So there's actual lyrics.
Yeah, there's
so I
that actual
definitely-
lyrics to all
There's
this stuff. It
lyrics.
really is. It's just the
I
production
would
of
love
it is a
to hear
little
it.
raunchy.
The majority of our works
You know.
do have lyrics.
Well, you
Yeah,
guys
all
have been
of
at this for 2 years. I mean, instrumentally, you guys sound like you've been at this for 14, 15, but maybe with like stupid shit like, you know, cover art, music videos,
I'll
all
tell
this
you
stuff
I've
is
had
what
a lot
is
of
going to be the
podcasts that
challenges
got
for y'all.
fucked because of vocal
Yeah.
mix problems.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I've been
we have the same
with
freaking
that,
issue, yo. When it comes to podcasting, dude, we literally had a podcast where halfway through, I think our phone, either the
Yeah,
phone
the
video
phone
died.
and then one
Oh,
of the
wow.
mics stopped
Wow.
working, and it was
Just
just the shit.
So if
show.
we were connected in this rat world, all right, we started our shit in the year of the rat, all right.
Totally.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
feel these.
We're
these
on the same.
mixes.
We're like growing
path,
together
divergent,
almost.
yeah.
Yeah.
True. I mean, shit. Yeah, we're both. I mean, I started January 1st, 2020, so it can't get any
Wicked,
more
man.
year of the rat than that. So you guys aren't looking for lyrics then?
No,
Or you
no,
just
no,
want-
we have lyrics in all of our songs, and
Most of
all
them,
of our
sure.
songs, I do sing all the songs.
All right, then
But
I gotta see.
it
So
just-
you guys are alive. You guys are alive, kind of vibe. You need to be there
Yeah.
to hear it.
Yeah.
Well, for sure, we should. Honestly, let me do the freaking mix, bro. I'll try to help you get some vocal mix,
Yeah.
you know, going.
It was just raunchy because it was a very spontaneous
We
live.
used two
I can
recording,
kinda
iPhones.
you know.
They're
Actually,
live
for
performances,
that- yeah.
right?
For that show,
Yeah,
Like
all same
both
for Rings of
sets.
Saturn.
Yeah, no
Rings of
studio
Saturn,
at
yeah.
all.
for that show, we brought for Total War, August 13th. We brought a Focus Scarlett 2i2 interface, and it crapped out on us like last.
So the
year.
ASIO was
So
bad.
what
So we used two
yeah,
iPhones.
our recording
One to the
technique
left,
was
one to
I
the
used
right.
my iPhone that I still have the recording of the concert on. I had that next to me. He put his like I don't know.
I respect that because
That's
like you
fire.
were like, all right, we gotta
And then
make
we
something.
had-
We gotta make something work.
We had
yeah.
our friend
Shit.
Anthony.
Good friends.
Shout out to his band Dignitary. They're heavy as shit.
Amazing.
We had him take the two mixes, throw them together, and he did the best that he could with the mix
Not
of two.
that-
Hell no,
That
I
doesn't
could
sound
not
like
tell
it
they
was
were on an
recorded
iPhone.
Two iPhones, yeah. What the fuck?
Literally, like
Yeah.
what?
Damn.
It's the same thing with the Rings of Saturn.
sounds
The best part
It was
was
recorded on
That you
iPhone.
can hear the crowd, in my opinion. I think
Yeah.
if you look back 5 years from now, that will be the best part of those
I
projects.
think,
It's
I
like
think that
the
that is
energy.
my favorite part of that. Those
It's like-
recordings is hearing them screaming at the end.
I think the funniest thing about that was the reason why it's called Total War is because we took a pre-workout Total War, in my dad's car prior while we were listening to Stranglehold by Ted Nugent. And we were just getting so pumped up. And then, like, one of the things I remember about playing that is I remember right in the middle of Liquefy when I'm, like, trying to play the solo. Because I took so much pre-workout, my body's, like shivering.
seizing,
So
bro.
I'm, like, trying to, like, keep my hands on the
We
fretboard.
gave him some. It's like
Shit.
I took like a water bottle just like this. I start just
Yo,
You guys,
and I'm like
shake that shit
chug
up,
chug
you know,
this
like-
real quick.
like
That's
throw
hard.
it
That's
in.
hard,
he,
dude.
and
Hard.
that was a show that he went like especially insane. Just like
He's on pre-workout normally.
right out,
Just
right
being
off the
himself.
Well, are you?
So pre-workout,
Yeah,
just
like,
I don't know, it's
what,
insane.
Yeah,
I feel like as a drummer, you already like you work
Yeah.
out a lot. Would you
Yeah.
say it's more physically taxing? I think drumming is easily the most physically taxing out of all
The
the
way I drum,
instruments.
yes.
Depending on your genre, though, of course. Like if you're drumming for like fucking, I guess maybe like a country song, it's not gonna be
Yeah.
that physically intensive.
Brad
But
Pitt, yeah, but no.
for Rings of Saturn, yeah, you're gonna be needing that. Did you guys do it for Rings of Saturn too, or what?
No.
You
No,
guys
that
do
was the
mushrooms
only-
for
that
that
was-
one? You know,
that
had
was
to
the
go
only
to
time
space.
we had
We
taken
actually took substance.
take
Well,
like that was the only time we took pre-workout before a game.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I can't say I necessarily
That's a
felt the
fire
effects of
strat
it.
though. I don't think I've ever.
You didn't
heard
feel
that
the
before.
effect, bro. I've only
I
done
felt
pre-workout
the
once, and I did not like. I felt like I drank 3 Red Bulls, bro.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
essentially
I
what
have-
it's like. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a
Okay,
very,
right.
very stiff like weakness to
I
caffeine.
think I
Like,
think
it
I have a
affects
very
me.
strong caffeine tolerance. I mean, one time at work, I drank probably 5 cups of black coffee and
Fuck.
maybe
Good
4
Christ.
shots of espresso.
Holy
and
shit.
I remember.
hot Panera.
I
serious?
remember I felt like I was vibrating doing my dishes, and I
You felt like
Yeah.
bass
and there was
I felt like
there was a
bass
kid who
string.
came in like on his off day just doing some prep work, but he was another one of the dishwashers. I'm like, I could fucking kill this kid, bro. I'm like such a bad dishwasher. I'm gonna fuck this guy, bro.
Fucking
I'll beat his ass.
Good.
Like that was
Superiority complex.
literally. That's what I felt like I was on cocaine.
What do you guys do for work? I'm always curious.
I work at Wendy's.
Well, there you
Fuck
fucking
Wendy's.
go.
I used to work at Wendy's.
She used to
Let's
work
go.
at Wendy's. Yeah. We
Fuck
are
Tim
real similar
Thomas.
out here. I used to be a McDonald's person. That was my fast food gig
McDonald's,
of
and-
choice. I did
My friend Ben used to work at McDonald's. He was
It's
like,
fucking
he hated
horrible.
it. He
Motherfuckers
hated
are
it.
crazy. yo.
Mickey D's, man.
Oh man.
Foreman tips, bro. What about you guys? I mean, you don't have to share, obviously, but
Yeah, don't
Of
talk
course.
yourself.
Well, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had some brief stints at Frank's Pizzeria and a ShopRite. But
There
I'm
you go.
I'm actually, yeah, those were definitely interesting. But now I actually work at a Panera Bread, just like him, a bit more of a ghetto.
Oh, there you
Panera
fucking
Bread.
go.
Fuck yeah, I got up Panera Bread.
As a
Listen, bro.
dishwasher,
I'll be
no,
honest.
that's-
Panera Bread is my least favorite fast food chain
Yo,
of
this
all time.
motherfucker hates Panera Bread so much.
I'm a
I
hater.
tried to put him
I'm a
on,
hater.
bro.
I
I
quit
can't
my
lie.
job a couple months ago.
Fuck working.
Well, fuck work too, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, look, okay, so I usually, on my break, I order some food, right? And you have a $15 limit. Or, that you get stuff for free because since you work there.
oh, they give you free shit. That's
Yeah.
kind of dope.
Only
Things,
up,
but how
up
could you
to
exceed a
15.
$15 limit? I'm just getting food at Panera.
It's fucking
Because-
expensive,
Okay.
dude.
A sandwich and
one-
chips with
oh.
like maybe a soup, that's gonna run you at least $15.
Yeah.
So here is
Crazy.
well, you know those tiny cups of soup, Eamon, like the tiniest
Yeah.
that they get, for takeout, $7.
That's what I'm
Good
trying to say.
Christ.
That's why I fucking hate it.
And
It's
the signature
expensive
chicken.
and you get skimped, bro. Like you know,
Yeah.
it's
It's
like
hospital food.
Bro, is
And
that
when
like
it's busy,
normal?
and when
Is
it's
that like
busy,
COVID price?
they're
That's
not.
crazy.
They don't. They don't give a shit about
They don't
you
give
know.
a shit.
that soup
They're
is
just
4
slapping
hours
together,
old,
here you
bro.
go.
I ain't eating that shit,
You
yo.
got like 17
That
year
shit
olds.
came out of the bag, bro.
Yeah, it's really.
As the thickest in the room, I'm gonna have to still say Panera Bread, not the wave. All right,
Yeah,
go to
man.
Dairy Queen.
Mac and
instead.
cheese there, man. Have you ever had Panera?
That's
Red
what
Bull mac and cheese, bro.
That's where
Bro,
it's at, man.
bro.
That's
Oh,
what
I
she keeps
know.
yelling.
You don't even
What are you
know.
talking
I worked at a
about?
You don't
Panera
have to
Bread
clean
for
that
8
shit.
months. I worked at Panera for 8 months, and I never once ate the mac and cheese.
Me neither.
You probably shouldn't. Like, it makes you feel
I
kind of
was-
weird. I feel
yeah,
like, but that shit
Cleaning
busts,
that crap,
though.
Mac and
It
cheese
becomes-
is the waste.
Listen,
at
if
Panera,
you eat
man.
Wawa mac and cheese, I think Panera
It
mac
becomes
and cheese
cement.
is like similar level in your body, but like the experience is different.
You know, I'm always talking about fucking food, dude. What do I got for lunch?
I love food.
He's
Me
like,
too.
so-
We got a
Oh,
lot.
actually,
Talking
what's
to
your
foodies.
favorite after show food? Do you guys like eat dinner together
You know,
after?
so-
We do that
sometimes,
sometimes.
What's your
Just
Wawa
like-
order?
Sometimes you're on the go. I get that.
There's,
I got
uh,
children.
There's a diner near our house called
Oh,
Pont and Queen.
That's where it's at, man.
Hey,
That's the
okay.
best Jersey diner,
Yeah,
yo. There's
too.
stiff competition.
Pompton Queen.
I'm gonna try that shit, yo. I
Sponsor
like
us,
switching up.
please.
Sponsor
Spon-
It's a
do shows there. Do shows.
Oakland.
plate.
I
Oakland
beg to
diners,
differ.
man.
Diner
Mid-
food. I think that's how Jersey of y'all just go get diner food after eating.
Yeah.
Shit. That's very real. Like,
Very
My
good.
diner after a gig. I'm
Um,
like, too.
what? So I always ask this for based on your strengths, like what you would recommend to new artists. What would you recommend for, I guess, better live shows? Because you guys have, I mean, you've done a couple at least. So, what are you like looking at every time you finish a show to improve? Like,
On chemistry. Okay, eye contact chemistry. Because that's because I want to say like 90% of our music is improv. Like Rings of Saturn, that's all improv. Like it's essentially like
the first 3 minutes is structured.
It's all based around a bass line
Simple
and
bass line,
two chord changes. From there, we see where
take it as many
goes.
places as we can. I think my goal as a guitar player, especially in the trios, I try to paint as many landscapes with what I'm doing with the effects I use. I try to paint.
It does feel very like scene like that's why I really want you guys to get into the visual market, bro.
Totally.
You could do crazy videos, but do you feel like capturing it, like and releasing it as one piece isn't as good as just it constantly switching? Like that's a very jazz mindset where you have to constantly come to the club, see how it changes. Like comedy, it's like every week you shed minutes, you gain minutes, and
Totally,
it's different. Like was Rings of Saturn maybe different before you release that live performance, or is it going to be the same if you?
I'm not.
It
Not
kind of changes
really.
every time we do it. Sometimes. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a loose structure.
Well, that's interesting because
It's
yeah, that's
loosely
definitely.
based, but also kind of depending on the vibe, like kind of what type of audience, what type of people we're talking about. Like we kind of tailor that song in particular.
Yeah,
in
if
certain
we're playing,
spots to that
if we're
audience.
playing in front of a more pop-minded audience, we'll play some of our more laid-back stuff. If we're going to a heavier crowd, we're gonna play our heavier music.
And also, I just feel like with Rings of Saturn in particular, like when it comes to like tailoring the songs, sometimes we'll play for 25 minutes. Sometimes we'll play for
can go
15
on.
minutes. It can go on as long as we want to.
From 10
You know?
to whatever.
So would you recommend artists switch up their sets?
Absolutely, because it makes it more interesting. Like that's kind of the difference between when you're playing a live show and when you're creating a record. On the record, it's supposed to sound the way how you envision it in the most perfect world, but in live, I like kind of like the Grateful Dead. Like they never played the same. They never played a song the exact same way. Never. Jerry Garcia never, did the exact
Kanye's
same
been
solo.
embracing that too.
Kanye, for sure, yeah.
He switches up his mixes now. Artists are just, because it's a cool thing about streaming music is like, yeah, you can mod music now. Like,
Really
it can come out one way, and then people go on your page the next day, and it's different now.
That's
so
the one
like,
thing I love so much with sampling nowadays, and how much
sampling
that
is
tech
beyond.
and how that
people are sampling
concept has
samples,
grown.
and then they don't realize that sample that they sampled is a sample.
Exactly.
Like that's how far it's came, and it's just been like it's only been like 20 years of like hardcore. 20 years of normie sampling and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, like it's crazy, and everything's on TikTok. So would you ever say your music's not for TikTok?
It's not
right?
for TikTok.
Definitely
I've
not for
never-
TikTok.
I've never embraced. I've never
And that would
seen
never be the goal either.
comfort in that like very social media side. Like, just a lot of bands feel like they're more like social media bands than they are.
Yeah, a lot of
Actually,
people like
bands
rolling Instagram.
Sometimes
bands.
I
They-
see
they
the
live
argument
for
for that
those
though. Like
followers.
sometimes you
More of
do
an act.
like Tame Impala. That is an artist who uses social media to like make his shit a platform. Like it's a whole
Totally.
different vibe. Like
It's also just kick-ass music.
Yeah, it's also just
Like
good.
That's
the
what I'm
first
saying.
Tame Impala record, Inner Speaker. You ever listen to that?
that's how I
Yeah.
feel. But
Kick-ass.
No,
tunes.
last
His-
summer, I
to
listened
me,
to only
it's
Tame
like
Impala
it's
albums,
jazzy.
the entire
Yeah.
summer.
I
It's
just couldn't see
jazzy.
our music being used in a 15-second TikTok video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely couldn't either.
Look at weird ass motherfucker
Too
calling me on
too
TikTok.
compartmentalized.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah, people are
it's
too
like
quick to try to put genres to shit on TikTok. I feel like.
so
It's
your musical drug is like you want something that's like free flowing, something that's ever changing. You don't want something very by the book.
You
Very,
don't want it
like,
to be uniform.
very built to be in your brain. Like because there's songs where it's clearly built just to stay in your head for hours and hours and hours.
You want to be progressive, prog.
And,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
progressive in the sense means to move forward, almost like avant-garde music. So, as long
Respect
as
avant-garde.
from every song we can kind of shift the sound just a little bit sonically and instrumentally,
Especially and also
and
just
conceptually, that's our goal. you
So
know.
that's definitely your process going into the studio. What's a day in the studio like with you guys? I mean, bring the viewers, my lovely. If you're still watching this shit and you don't click these links and you're not interested, I don't know what the fuck to tell you, bro. Why are you paying your internet bill? You got problems, bro. Just go. But yeah, what is the day with you in the studio like?
starts off with these two. them getting the rhythm track down and something for me to groove on and grow on.
Yeah.
I'm talking
know.
like, what you wake up? What's the
Oh,
moves?
you mean
Whose
like a-
basement do you pull
Like
up
a day in the life. Well,
Yeah.
it's usually
Yeah,
my
it's-
basement, my unfinished.
Yeah.
So it
dingy-
started with your basement.
Shout out
No,
to
his basement. Sorry, with his basement.
Oh, okay. So with your basement.
Every so often we practice in my basement.
Ah,
It's-
you're a
it's
specialty.
mainly his house is the year they're at headquarters for sure.
Okay. You got the snacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I moved back from Riverdale, pretty much my main pad has been our place really.
So I like to hear it. I
We
mean,
got,
this
like,
is our
some-
studio, so
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
space is space.
we've pretty much made 75% of our material in that space.
Yeah,
which
really.
is-
Not even
everything
fucking
there.
90% of it.
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we've done that.
So you pull up. You pull up to the basement. What's the first thing that goes out of whose mouth? Like what's going on?
I always
You-
ask them how they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the
yeah,
first
yeah.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
always the hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Hey,
Hey, how you
They-
doing?
They come up the stairs, say, "Oh, can you be a homie and get my amp for me?" I'm like, "Sure."
We have
You
to deal
know?
with his dog trying to run out and like,
Yeah.
also-
the
Bilbo.
dog.
Oh my
God, hey, my man Sylvester over there, he's been a good boy, bro. I told you
He's
need
been
his
getting
nap.
better at sleeping during podcasts.
And usually after that, it's me like, hey man, I need to warm up my fingers. Let's jam.
Yeah.
Then we'll jam
No,
for like.
no. It's can I get on your drum kit?
yeah, because my first instrument is drums. I've been playing drums for like
He's
over 10 years.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
He's a very talented drummer.
You guys be having drum offs low key every once in a while.
Sometimes,
Sometimes
you
you
know.
have to. Like,
Sometimes it's good.
We go to Guitar Center all the time in like that one room that has the two drum kits and then we'll
Oh.
just feed off of each other.
That's so
you know?
fun.
Such a
Guitar Center is like literally GameStop to like gamers. bro. It's
Yeah,
like, literally-
it is, man.
It's like Toys R Us, but for musicians.
Yeah, totally.
Toys R
Yeah.
Us, yeah.
Very expensive metal, fragile shit just
Exactly.
everywhere.
Exactly.
So all right, it's establish the mood, establish the use of the drum kits,
Yeah.
and then
Also,
Jam.
a use of our time too.
Jam.
We definitely there is some uniformity when it comes to kind of structuring our time and making the most out of it as well.
I
Yeah.
definitely need to do
Definitely
that.
something that we
Sounds very precious.
strive for.
Because we mostly practice before gigs, but we do practice like on our off time like that. So it's always like, all right.
You have to kind of have the pressure though. I feel like with my band too, it was the same way. Like before we would do a show, it's like, all right, we got 4 weeks to make this shit perfect comparatively to.
I don't feel pressure.
Really?
I don't
Because it's human. I feel that's what I was saying before is in the studio, that's when it's supposed to be tip top perfect. To
I
how
feel like you guys
yeah.
had a track you had to like memorize, but they
I'm not
kind
worried
of
about
flow.
perfection or anything like that. What I'm really concerned about is, God, I hope there's some fucking people there.
Yeah, God,
Yeah.
I hope people actually
Yeah.
react to shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's
There's
not
no
really a
person in the
perfection.
crowd,
It's
I
not like
feel
a
like people that don't
perfection
give a
of
shit.
like the song. It's more of a perfection of like, can you achieve like good enough skills to where you can do any song anywhere, anytime, any place.
Well, that's how we feel because
Definitely.
we're so close to each other. Chemistry too.
Chemistry and all.
You know.
You were
We're
definitely on
best
the money
friends
with that.
first.
Yeah,
you know?
so
That's
that
cool
definitely
as fuck,
plays a
yeah.
part in the like we're not just bandmates. We're
Wow, who knew
Consider
such a
ourselves
bad
family.
year?
It's fine.
Who knew such a bad year of the rat would have such a positive,
Yeah, it's
outlook on music
it
shit.
made us closer.
yeah, we
that's fucking
definitely.
dope.
Honestly, we could play like the crappiest set ever, but if the audience seemed to dig it, then that is our fuel.
What was your? I mean, you don't gotta name names. But what was your worst show? Was it probably that
worst
first
show?
one?
What was our worst?
I mean,
And what did you like about it? Because I do shows myself. I host them. I would always like to know what
I'm
artists
very
don't want.
critical of myself, so I'm always gonna say I played like crap.
I
okay.
think we had this one show where I think the way how we played was good, but just I'm gonna tell the PA story. So we had played.
no.
Wait, hear me out. We had
that show.
that was mid. We played this show. So our friends Soul Vacancy, they have this little.
Shout out to Soul Vacancy.
Yes, shout
Shout out
to
to
them.
Mom's Basement.
Shout out to Mom's
They
Basement
have like a
and
little
Soma.
string of shows called the Mom's Basement shows, and I think it was either the first or second iteration of it.
It was the first one, I think.
Yeah, we were
Oh, yeah,
closing,
nice.
and literally within 5 minutes we blew up the fucking PA
It
system.
started to smoke.
It was smoking.
Oh,
I popped like 4
Fuck.
strings, so I used Ant from Dignitaries guitar because we're both left-handed.
Yeah.
Fire.
And,
Frank Zappa
there goes that $500
It had
right
Yeah.
now.
and his one of the stands on his bass drum was shot.
Yeah,
And so
Holy
every time he would kick
someone
it,
had to
it
sit
would
in front of
it
it,
would
hold
jump like an inch.
Yeah.
It was
Oh my God.
within 5 minutes.
like a
Everything
ragtag
had
setup.
everything had broke
Y'all need
down.
some duct tape, bro.
No, but the thing is I
Flex
think a show like that really dictates how aggressive and emotional of a band we are.
Yeah, that's
You know,
it takes
we're-
some presence to
you know.
fuck up a PA like that.
Or it's
Don't blame yourself for that.
You know?
Shit happens.
No,
bro.
but
I mean, yeah,
like,
shit
that
happens,
just
but like that
makes a
shit happens.
statement, yeah.
But that
Statement.
show in particular kind of has made us a little more well known in the scene.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
People,
so-
people
that's
knew
so
us
sad.
as the people who
blew up the
blew up
PA
that
system.
PA.
Like
The PA system couldn't hang. The PA system couldn't hang.
And that was the.
It's better than not blowing up the PA compared to like what would have happened. Honestly, being real with yourself, what would have happened if you didn't blow up that PA? It would have been like, all right,
a
you
good
got-
show.
You would've gotten
I
a
think
few
our play
stories.
was good that night.
I think it made it much more memorable.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
that's
It's
true.
more
But
of a
it
memory.
wouldn't be. Yeah, it would just
So
be
our
like another
worst
show.
gig was honestly also one of our best, really.
Totally.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's
not necessarily say
silver
we've
linings,
had
bro. That's what it should be.
bad. It's just different, you know.
Yeah, totally.
So,
Every time it's
we're
different.
The
Because
most notable.
The tip I should
That's
take
not
from
good.
that is make sure your shit not gonna blow the fuck
Yeah,
up.
don't blow up your shit, and if
Yeah.
it does, it'll probably be fire.
If you can't handle the artist you're bringing on, don't fucking let them play
Yeah,
your shit.
do
It'll
a
blow
sound check. Do a
it'll blow
very
your
fully
shit up.
fleshed out sound check, and you should be fine.
But all right, y'all. I got one more question for
Yeah,
you. The
do
money
you want to
question.
do that one?
Money
Like,
question.
prepare
Go get the sauce.
It's right here.
Well, what we
Money
do
question.
for at the end of every show, we finesse Sean Evans because fuck you, content. Yeah, we're content pirates.
You do, baby.
And we offer some heat. This heat represents
This
the
is,
heat you take for your fans, bro.
This is
And we asked-
Elijah's extreme regret.
The heat.
Oh, good Christ.
You
guys
guys,
see
Reminds
that
me
bottle?
of the chili
Yeah,
flakes.
of
Remember, Eamon? The chili
Oh
flakes.
God! don't even
this
get me
proof
started.
this will prove that you'll take the heat for your fans, you know, and all your new fans. And we asked our our crazy question: what is the scariest moment of your life?
Just curious. Yeah, you sorry.
Oh, God.
Scariest moment of my life. I might get arrested if I tell this story.
Yeah,
All
don't-
right, well,
this doesn't
if that's the case, this happened in Minecraft and Roblox.
Basically,
Just Minecraft.
I'm-
Yeah, I'll take that.
I hope to God my parents never watch this.
If they watch the full
I
30 minutes, then they
basically-
love you too much, low
Yeah,
key.
we're
I
32.
basically could have gotten arrested for probably almost like attempted murder on my neighbor.
Holy
Uh,
in Roblox, in Roblox.
Yeah, in Roblox, in
In Roblox, not
it's
good
never
people.
actually
Good
happened, but
That's a lot of sauce.
Yeah, I fucked that one. So
But
whoever really
basically,
wants to die can have that
um,
one.
We'll just make a new one. That's fine.
that would I kind of like because my neighbor had stolen my skateboard. So
That's how it always
and,
starts.
and
with
I
my
was
car.
and I it
You
was
know, you just touch your shit.
and she was there the day that it had happened, and she was like, "Oh, I don't know what happened to it,"
I don't know.
you know. And so when I found out that I'm walking down my street, and I see her with it, and I'm like, I walk right up to this bitch, I grab it, and I get
This is
out.
some
I'm
Jersey
like-
shit. This is
I'm,
some
like,
Jersey
I'm
shit.
literally about to like crack her head with it, and her mom comes out, and like there's like two other. I'm like 13
I'm
Oh.
like 13.
and so
Demon
I
time.
like freeze up. I see they're like freaking out, thinking I'm about to kill one of them, and I'm just like,
The crackers.
Well, good thing you
Awkward.
had a brain.
Yeah,
You had a
yeah,
brain.
yeah.
Woo! This all happened in Roblox.
Yeah,
That
That would
Roblox.
be too prog. That's too prog.
That's too. That's Proggers.
like, I was just glad I got my skateboard back.
Yeah, you got your skateboard back though.
Hey,
so
listen,
fuck these
thieves
bitches.
gets me mad too, man. People that steal, it's like, come on, bro, really?
But I
Fucking
think
my dad.
those two neighbors moved away because of me.
Oh, nice.
Get the
Here
fuck
we
off
go,
my block,
baby.
bitch.
There you
Give me
go.
my
Get off
skateboard.
my
Guess what
lawn.
passes out while you guys do the rest?
I want the one with the most.
I think the scariest moment of my life is I was in the car with my dad one time, and we had gotten we had gotten a new Ride the Lightning CD. And if you know anything about that, or like Metallica,
Yeah, it,
Give me that
Cliff
shit.
Burton,
it
the
creeps on you.
the bass player, he got launched out of a bus in Sweden in the mid '80s, and he got crushed by the bus. So it just like especially that album in particular, you know, is very kind of like haunted, you know, almost ominous.
Oh,
And I was playing that
paranormal.
CD in the car with my dad, and we almost got T-boned by a dude going like 90 when we were
Oh,
crossing
car
by
shit
the.
has been
Car
a
shit
very
fucks
pattern
it, bro.
thing.
That
with
Yeah,
this
shit's
no.
wild, bro.
because
Yeah.
cars are fucking scary.
Yeah, cars are scary,
Cars are fucking
especially when
wild.
it's a PT Cruiser
Yeah.
about to get demolished.
Yeah.
Right.
You're gonna-
Cheers.
Surfs up.
Cheers.
You're the rat, motherfuckers.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, took mine.
I say you already
And what
dropped
about
your
your
tab.
scariest moment? We can't leave you out.
Right.
Right.
Maybe in the corner. Oh, wow.
Oh.
All right. What's my scariest moment?
Yeah, don't be careful whipping your eyes.
You probably should have told him before you ate it, but respect.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Respect. I appreciate the intensity of
Yeah,
the.
take a nice one, deep breath. Think
It
about
For
really-
you guys.
He's
Take
taking the fucking heat.
Take the damn heat.
That's hot.
I think
Yeah, it's
my
not-
scariest moment still is ever changing. You know, it can happen any day. Like recently, I almost got fucking the other day when we were merging into that lane, bro.
Yeah, we almost got
The person
smashed
behind me
twice.
freaking sped up, and the person in front of me sped up.
Good Christ.
So what the hell am I supposed to do? Just go this way into a car, go this
Yeah.
way into a car,
That's when you have to
this way
turn
into
your
a car,
wheels
or jump
sideways
off
and
of the
just
grass.
press
Like, so I had to pull some Gran
You have to turn
Turismo,
some
Fast
G
and
shit.
Furious
You have to
shit.
go GTA mode real quick. Go.
But alright, if you guys want to promote your stuff, we'll get you out of here, Sean Evans style.
Plug your
Let
shit.
them know where to
Plug your
follow
shit.
you.
Instagram,
Personals.
Year of the Rat, 2 R's. Spotify, Apple Music. On SoundCloud, we just released a bootleg Volume 1 live album, which has a new song that has not been released called 720. And we do a Machine Gun by Jimi Hendrix cover.
That's 420 plus
And it's
300.
really fucking good.
Got more music coming out.
It's
soon.
hot.
Yeah.
Follow
You're-
us and stay tuned.
We're-
Year of a
we're
Rat.
milk upstairs.
Come to our
Year of the Rat.
shows.
A year from now, it's gonna be motherfucking Year of the Dragon, bro.
Neil Pearce, the best drummer ever lived.
Jimmy Page is the best guitar player.
Cliff Burton's the best bass player that ever lived.
Damn.
I just touched my eye.
All
Oh,
hot
dumbass.
takes.
I have
All
eye
hot
drops.
takes. We have eye drops. But
Oh,
we'll
God.
see you around. As for us, we will be streaming twice a week and for a few more weeks, and then we're gonna start doing 4 streams one time. Graduate college, that fucking scam. Fuck that bullshit. It's all rigged. Life is crazy. Go glitch. Peace out.
Water.